the wolf was about to die. Kodak raised his spear and prepared to give it a final blow. But the wolf, as if aware of its fate, did not utter a single cry. Kodak held up his spear for half a day, but never had the heart to do it, because he felt that the hungry wolf's fate was the same as his own, both being abandoned by his companions. The next moment, he gave up the attack, and decided to cure the wolf. For safety's sake, he tied a rope around the wolf's mouth, then carried him to the lake, carefully cleaned his wounds, and named him Alpha. The next day, Alpha's wounds improved, and he removed the rope from his mouth, and then began to grin at Kodak's teeth. Koda showed no hostility, however, and kindly brought him a bowl of water. After yesterday, the Alpha had lowered his guard against the human, and behaved like an obedient wolf, and gradually, the wolf and the human became attached to each other. Koda cleaned Alpha's wounds with his own scarf, and found some food for him. This day, Koda caught a wild rabbit, intended to build a fire, eat a barbecue, but Alpha saw the rabbit obviously can't sit still, up to grab to eat alone. Koda slapped it away, then bit down a piece of raw meat. Alpha had to sit down, watched Kodak big mouth eating meat. Alpha's eyes have not shifted for a moment, which makes Kodak cannot stand to see, only to throw a piece of the past. The next day, Kodak was ready to return to the tribe. He signaled for Alpha to return to the pack, but Al refused to leave. Kodak had no choice but to go on his own. But no matter how far he went, Alpha stayed behind him, allowing Kodak to rush him, but he never left. Thus one man and one wolf began to travel together, and soon Kodak began to be glad that Alpha had not gone away. With such a master hunter, he would not have to worry about food. At night, they snuggled together and fell asleep. During the day, Alpha woke Kodak up right on time, and they bathed together, had water fights, and inadvertently became the best of friends. But the good times didn't last long. The onset of winter made the earth piled up with snow. This environment has very few creatures survive. Kodak was in a hurry when he accidentally stepped on the ice, instantly fell into the cold water. Underwater rapids will be more and more far away. Alpha tries to save him, but his body can't break through the ice. At the critical moment, Kodak took out a dagger, used all his strength, hard to the ice. Good thing he finally stimulated the hole. Alpha rushed to bite the arm, helped him climb up. The piercing cold made Kodak shiver. Alpha came to his side and began to lick Koda non-stop. It took a lot of effort to light the fire. In order to dry his clothes, he had to hold Alpha to keep each other warm. The next day, they continued their journey. Kodak looked forward, and there was a familiar figure.